Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Kaylee and these are my books. Today I have a summer camp horror themed reading vlog in honor of the Christmas Evil readathon that I am currently participating in and I am a co-host for. Me and a lot of the other co-hosts were kind of feeling the summer camp vibes for this readathon, and of course it is a horror inspired readathon, so I just had to jump on the summer camp horror vibes that this readathon was just inspiring in all of us. I will say though that it took me a little bit to figure out that's what this vlog was about, so you're gonna see some clips of me like not knowing that I was about to start reading a bunch of summer camp horror books in a row, but that is what happened. Spoiler alert. In this video, I end up reading The Counselors, The Honeys, and The Lake House. The Counselors and The Honeys are definitely both YA horror, and The Lake House I believe is adult, but honestly I'm not completely sure. But all of them feature teenagers going to a summer camp, and all of them are like spooky books. The Counselors is more of a thriller, but The Lake House and The Honeys are both horror books. And I feel like I just don't have much to say in this intro. As you can tell, I'm filming this towards the end, so I already know how I'm going to feel about all three of these books, and therefore feel weird kind of predicting what I'm gonna feel about the three books, because it's not a prediction, it's what I know. So instead, without any further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and send you straight into the vlog, which means I'm actually sending you back in time. Teddy, can you move? I'm trying to film. All right, hello. Good morning for me, because it is Monday morning. I have like 40 minutes before I'm supposed to start work this morning, so I'm just listening to my book while I enjoy some coffee this morning. Feeling a little bit tired. I didn't stay up that late last night, but I feel tired every morning no matter how much sleep I get if I'm waken up by an alarm. But the book that I am listening to is called The Counselors. I'll put it up on the screen here. I was reading it for Christmas Evil for Set During Summer, because this is like, in my opinion, seemed like the quintessential summer thriller. It's a YA thriller about a summer camp, and you can see from the cover how many summer vibes it's giving off, like with the lifeguard swimsuit and everything. And I'm 60% of the way through this book already, so I only have like 3 hours left or something like that. So only 1 hour of listening time. I should be able to finish up before I end work today, just with like the breaks and my lunch break and stuff like that. But I'm not enjoying it. I was very close to DNFing it. I think I'll just finish it just to see where it goes. But I feel a bit bamboozled by this book, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But first, I'm going to give you the premise. So this is a book about a bunch of teenagers, older teenagers, going to a summer camp that they used to go to when they were younger every single year in New York. And but now they're older, and so they are the counselors at this summer camp. And everything seems to be going good. They're all super excited for the summer camp, but then someone ends up dead at the summer camp, and they're all kind of looking at each other because it seems like one of them is the person that killed the other kid. Premise sounds amazing. Murdered body turns up at a summer camp. Is it weird to say those are like buzzwords for me? But that premise is awesome. But then like the actual meat of the book, it's not atmospheric at all to me. Like, I thought this was going to give me the best summer camp vibes ever. And I feel like the summer camp doesn't even matter. We're barely at the summer camp. There's like no cool summer camp activities happening, you know, like none of the like important scenes happen at the summer camp. It's not very descriptive in the writing to set the scene, so I don't even know what the summer camp looks like. And I typically do skip a lot of description scenes, but I feel like in an atmospheric book, you have to have like a good balance of description versus dialogue versus action. And it can work where the description is important enough to set the ambiance, to set the scene, so to say, to make the book atmospheric. But this book I feel like just doesn't have much atmosphere at all to it. And that's really the main part of why I wanted to read this book, is I wanted that summer camp atmosphere. I wanted to be immersed into a summer camp setting. But really the focal point of this book is like stuff that has happened in the past and a finance plot. Which, if you're saying finance plot, that sounds boring. You'd be right. You would be right. Like, the main drama centering around finances. What is this? Like, why? I just wanted a silly YA thriller about summer camp fun and murder. And instead, I'm reading a drama story about, like, adult Wall Street finances. Like, what is going on? I want to be clear and say that's not like every aspect of this story, but in my opinion, it is the central part of the story thus far. And the driving motivations between all of these characters has to do with stuff that's happened in the past outside of the summer camp or these finance plot. And the summer camp is so far in the background that I often forget we're supposed to be at a summer camp. So basically, I'm just bored by it. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. Like, there haven't been really any twists and turns thus far. I'm 60% of the way through. I'm sure we'll get like a twist or two towards the end. I just think the book has really given me nothing in terms of atmosphere or in terms of fun plot. So we'll see if my tune changes at the end. Maybe the end will be really exciting, but if I had to rate this book right now, I think I'd give it like a low 2 stars. I don't know why I'm continuing on. I think I'm just so close to the end. I'm curious to see what else this book has to offer, but I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed because I wanted and needed the summer vibes, and I'm getting a 0 summer vibes from this book. So I think I might need to think about what I want to read next because I'm still stuck on wanting summer vibes. So maybe I continue with a summer theme and read another summer vibes book after this. Maybe that's a theme of this vlog and I don't even know it yet because I kind of feel like reading a bunch of summery books all in a row. We'll see. We'll see. I need to go get ready for work now while I listen to this book, so I'll check in after work when I've hopefully finished the book and let you know my final thoughts and let you know what I'm reading next. Hello, it is the end of my workday and I did finish The Counselors. Unfortunately, I really did not like it. It was such a disappointment. There was no atmosphere to it. Like, it didn't end with a good atmosphere. The ending was so anticlimactic to me. And it just was so boring. Like, the camp atmosphere was not there. I feel lied to based on what the cover looks like. And the drama was like not interesting. Again, it's revolving around financial drama. And I'm like, what? This is the worst kind of drama. Like, I don't give a shit about like stocks and embezzlement. Like go away. This is boring. Of all the different type of like drama, especially in a YA thriller, you choose financial drama. I don't know. That is a choice, and I did not like the choice. So I didn't like this book. I'm giving it like 1 star. I think I just on the spot, I was going to give it 2 stars. And then in my head, when I was about to say 2 stars, I'm like, why am I giving it 2 stars? I hated it. So it's a 1 star book for me. I didn't like any aspect of The Counselors. The characters weren't interesting. I thought the drama was dumb. I thought they were annoying, but not in the way that normal teenagers are annoying. I thought they were just annoying in like a badly written way. And I didn't like any aspect of this book. I would not recommend The Counselors. And I feel cheated because I really wanted a fun, spooky summer camp story. And so I actually posted on my Instagram story asking for recommendations about books with strong summer vibes because I didn't need it to be spooky, but I just wanted a book that would give me the summer vibes, give me the summer atmosphere that I felt like was missing from The Counselors. And I actually was recommended the most. Teddy's drinking his water. Let's pause while he continues to drink. Okay, I think he's done. But I actually was recommended the most was The Honeys. And this is a YA summer camp horror book. So another version of a YA spooky summer camp story. So I'm hoping that this is going to give me everything that The Counselors did not give me. I also wanted to let you know that today I was working on some fun stuff for the Christmas Evil Readathon Instagram and the stories. I think I'm going to cut to show you like the whole story progress throughout the day because I had a lot of fun with it. It is going to be, it's an Instagram story, so since this is a YouTube video, it's going to be in the wrong, layout mode, so I'm sorry, it's kind of annoying. But I thought it'd be fun to include in this in case you missed it on the Christmas Evil Instagram. But I was working on a little fun story for a new addition to the readathon. It ended up being a new bingo board that Krampus gave us, but I was just being very dramatic about the lead up to this new bingo board for the readathon. So I'm gonna go start reading the Honeys, and I'll cut to the Instagram story progression throughout the day. Hey, I'm Kaylee from Kaylee's Books, and I am a co-host of Christmas Evil Readathon. And I just wanted to come on here and say how excited all of us co-hosts are for this readathon to be starting, and how awesome it is that all of you guys are participating in it. And did you guys hear that? That was weird, okay? Anyways, but we're just so excited. We're gonna be doing so many fun live shows and with reading sprints and watch parties and okay, I'm getting kind of creeped out. I'm gonna go investigate what that was. What the heck? Okay, I'll be back. Hello, it is the next morning. You're propped up on my coffee. I literally have just woken up, but I'm immediately listening to the Honeys. I'm about halfway through it. Oh my freaking God, it's so good. I'm like in shock of how good this is. So first of all, I want to talk about the audiobook quality before I forget, because it is just such a cool audiobook. Like, this is one of the coolest audiobooks I've ever listened to. It has extra effects throughout it, so it's so immersive, but it's perfect where it's like just the right balance. It's not too much, but it's just adding to my listening experience. And I'm listening at 3 times speed, and so sometimes extra effects can sound like kind of weird at the higher speed, but these ones are still working perfectly. So I think they're perfect effects for 1 time speed, 2 times speed, 3 times speed, whatever speed you like to listen to your audiobooks. This one has some great extra effects, and it's just like such a fun listening experience. Like, I'm having the best time with it. And so plot, this like basic synopsis of this book is we're following our main character named Mars, and Mars is non-binary, goes by any pronouns, so you might hear me switching between pronouns when I talk about him. But Mars is a twin, and their twin recently died, and they're trying to become closer to the twin at this summer camp, because Mars's twin used to go to the summer camp and loved it there, and was a part of like this like really like elite group within the summer camp called the Honeys. And so Mars wants to go to the summer camp and become closer with the Honeys. And so it's just like an exploration of this summer camp. And she's finding out along the way that the summer camp is creepy as hell, and their investigations are leading to a lot of like messed up things. And it's just perfect so far. Perfect so far. Literally, like, I really like the conversations that it's going on in the summer camp about how harmful gender binaries can be, and just simple things that you might not think about in summer camps, you know, being really exclusionary to so many people that could be going to the summer camp. Because this is why Mars stopped going to the summer camp, was how like gender binary focused it was. And so I'm really liking those conversations, and I'm really liking just like the creepiness and then the atmosphere and the vibes. This is exactly what I was hoping for with The Counselors, because this has such good summer camp atmosphere. I'm feeling the summer vibes. It's so atmospheric, and it's perfect. Like, literally, it's perfect so far. I'm so excited to see where this is going. Like, it might be going in a direction where I didn't think it was gonna go, and if it is going in that direction, I am so pleased, because I really just didn't know anything about this book before going into it, besides a bunch of people recommending it to me, and everyone that has recommended to me, thank you so much. I'm literally reading this book because of people responding with this book on my Instagram stories. Alex was the first one to respond with it, so I'm gonna like explicitly thank Alex, but there is quite a few people that said the Honeys on my Instagram stories as a summer book recommendation. So thank you so much, because I'm having the best time ever, and you all might have given me a new favorite book. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I still have half the book to go, so I'll check in later when I finish the book. But so far, so good. I'm obsessed. Hello, it is the end of the day. I really need to just go get ready for bed, but I was lazy and I am now in bed with Teddy here, and I don't want to get back out to wash my face and to take and pee for the night. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep, but I still have to do all the go to sleep stuff. Gotta brush my teeth, gotta take my hair out of the ponytail. He needs to go on a walk still. Like, what? It's bedtime. Life is so hard. But anyways, before I was being so dramatic, I came here to tell you that I just finished The Honeys. Fan freaking tastic. It's literally so amazing. I highly recommend this book. It's so freaking good. It is so weird. It's so weird. And I love weird horror. It was just like perfect, like a perfect book to me. The characters were so good. The direction it went in was so unpredictable and like odd, but in the best way possible. The audio effects made everything so creepy. It was so atmospheric. Exactly what I was looking for with like the summer camp, summer vibes. It was perfection. Literal perfection. Easy 5 out of 5 stars. And I think it's going to be making some of my top book of the year lists for this year because it was just incredible, so incredible. So highly recommend The Honeys. Everyone go read it. Doesn't matter if you're typically an adult reader, because I think this book has enough like complexity and depth to it that you're going to like the book even if you don't typically like YA, which I do typically like YA horror. So I hope that doesn't sound like a dig on YA horror. I'm just trying to get like as many people as possible to read this book because it's so good. So good. Katrina, I was talking to earlier, and she was saying it gives her like Midsommar vibes, and I totally see that. And Midsommar is one of my favorite horror movies, so it makes sense why I love this book so much. It's just, it was so good. It was so freaking good. So the next book I'm gonna read is The Lake House. I know nothing about this book. I just saw the cover on Instagram somewhere. Don't even remember whose account I saw it on. I think it's been posted on quite a few accounts. And the cover, I was like, ooh, ooh, that cover is beautiful. I need to read it. So I'm reading it because it is about summer camp. It's summer camp horror. It's not YA summer camp horror, I don't think. But I believe it does follow teenagers in a summer camp horror book. So it still fits the vibe of this video, even though it might be an adult book. But I'm excited for it. I'll check in when I'm like a third of the way through, maybe halfway through. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I'm gonna check in tomorrow because while I will be listening to a little bit of it before bed, I'm gonna be way too tired to do another check-in tonight. So I'll see you tomorrow. Wish me luck to do all the before bed tasks that I have to do. So I would just love to go to sleep right now. We'll see. All right. See you tomorrow. Hello. Oh my god. It looks like I'm naked. I'm wearing a shirt. It's just strapless. Let me pull it up really high so you can see it a little bit. Oh god. Hello. I have started and I'm already halfway through The Lake House. This book, I'm really enjoying it so far, but I found out so many people have not been enjoying it, but I'm like, I'm enjoying it, so I don't know what's wrong with me. But basically, this is the book I completely picked up because of the cover. I saw the cover, I want to say maybe in Gabby from Gabby Reads Instagram post. I'm not sure. I know she read it recently, but I haven't watched the video yet. And I know I saw her rating on Goodreads though, so I don't want to spoil her video, but uh-oh. And I was getting so nervous about picking up The Lake House because quite a few people have low ratings for this book on Goodreads, and I think the average rating is quite low too. But I am easily persuaded by a nice cover, and this cover is one of the nicest. Look at this cover. I'm just listening to the audiobook version, so I mean the cover doesn't even really matter, but it does give me happiness seeing the cover on my phone all the time, so it's still worth it. But basically the premise for this book is we have a group of like 15-year-old girls who are late to a summer camp. There's like 3 of them, and I don't know why I said like 3 of them. There is 3 of them. I'm always like so tentative when I speak sometimes. I need to be more assertive. But anyways, that's a problem for a different day. They arrive at the summer camp, so they think, but it seems like some bad shit has just happened. Like, it's burnt down, they're not sure where anybody is, and they arrived by boat, and the person that dropped them off is gone. So they're suddenly just stranded on this island with possibly a killer. So it's like part island survival novel, part action thriller novel, part mystery of what the heck happened to the summer camp, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I do see some of the complaints, because I think some complaints I saw on Goodreads were that it's like much more of a survival story than people were thinking. For me, I feel like I just didn't really go in with any expectations, and I'm really enjoying the survival story aspect of the book. However, if you're like a hater on survival stories, which is fine, I don't know if you will enjoy it because it is a significant portion of the book. However, I still find that this another significant portion of the book is this like creepy potential killer on the island too. So I'm really enjoying the balance. I'm really enjoying the character work too of these three 15-year-old girls. They're all pretty complex, and I really like seeing the progression of their friendship and how they're getting to know each other. So I'm enjoying every aspect of this book, and I'm just gonna continue listening to it today until I finish it. So I think the next check-in you'll see of me is going to be the outro of this, because I did just get ready because I have not yet filmed the intro of this vlog either. Once I finish reading, I'm going to film the intro and the outro. Kind of nice that I didn't film the intro until the end this time though, because I had no idea when I started reading the books for this vlog that this was actually a summer camp horror video. I thought I was just doing a summer vibes video. I don't even think at the beginning I knew what video I was doing. I just knew I wanted to vlog. But it turned out to be a summer camp horror video, and I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time with this book too, The Lake House. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it continues to go well, and I end this video with saying I loved the book, and we have 2 solid winners, but we'll see. I do still have half the book left. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading, and I'll check in when I'm done. Hello, it is the end of the vlog. I finished The Lake House and I loved it. I didn't love it as much as The Honeys. I think I'm giving The Lake House 4 stars, but it was such a fun 4-star book for me. I completely had a great time with it the whole way through. I was entertained the whole way through. I thought some of the situations that the girls were going into were so scary, and I'm not sure what decisions I would be making in these moments. And so while I can see, and I'm not even sure if this is general criticism, but I feel like just in general, sometimes I personally am harsh towards horror characters' motivations, and then I have to like take a step back and be like, if I was in this position, I would be making the absolute worst decisions of all time, because I make bad decisions all the time when I am not stressed out and I'm able to think them through. So I cannot imagine how bad my decision-making abilities would be in this moment of high stress situation. Like, hell no, hell no, hell no. But I was just really pleasantly surprised too by the character depth. I'm not saying these are like the most complex, most deep characters ever, but I was expecting the characters to really be an afterthought and the main part of this book to be like this summer camp horror vibe. However, I thought the 3 characters, like our 3 main female characters, were so interesting to read about. I loved learning like their little backstories, the little problems that they had in their lives, and all that sort of stuff. And I love where this book went. I know it's always controversial, but I loved where it went. I loved where it went. I'll leave it at that. I also felt like we never knew who to trust and who not to trust, and I didn't find it predictable at all. Like, I would highly recommend this book. But by far, the star of this video is The Honeys. And I would say The Honeys is the best book by far out of this video, just in general, but it's also the best book for the summer camp vibes, because The Honeys just had such strong summer camp vibes, where The Lake House, like I mentioned, it's in the synopsis, it's not a spoiler. They get to the summer camp and the summer camp is like burned down, right? So it's like kind of summer camp horror, but kind of just like girls in the woods horror, not really summer camp, where The Honeys is summer camp fully, like all the way through. And then technically The Counselors is summer camp, but like, where is the summer camp? Where are the vibes? Like, yes, I know they are there, but it's never mentioned really, and it's not atmospheric at all. So I hated this book. Like, I'm giving it 1 star. I'm giving it 1 star. You already heard me say that, but I wouldn't recommend this book for like anyone, even just someone looking for summer camp vibes. It was boring. It was not atmospheric. I didn't like any of the characters. It just, no. The Honeys, I would recommend for everyone to read. and it's just so atmospheric. I specifically recommend the audio. It's one of the best audiobooks, if not the best audiobook that I've ever read. Like, it's up there for audio experience with The Weight of Blood and Episode 13 for me. And if you've read either of those audiobooks, like, take the story out of it. I'm just saying, like, in terms of audiobook production, if you've read either of those audiobooks, you know that they are so, like, well produced, in my opinion. And that is how The Honeys is. And then The Lake House, I would recommend just for like a fun time. I'm so happy to have 2 winners out of this vlog. I feel like I've been obsessed with summer camps, especially summer camps as a book setting, since I read Percy Jackson when I was a wee child. And I'm just so happy that The Honeys and The Lake House like satisfied my craving for that kind of story. And I really think The Honeys is gonna make like my top book of the year list at the end of the year. Like, it's definitely in top 10 for me. And I feel like it's kind of rare for YA books to make my top 10. But last year, YA horror made my top 10 too. It was The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. So I think I'm just like a really big fan of YA horror, and I should pay more attention to the new releases in YA horror because The Honeys did it. The Honeys was amazing. If you have any other book recommendations for me, especially other book recommendations for summer camp horror books, leave them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!